What's this been like? Settle into yet another program,
Yeah.
but obviously with a familiar face
Yeah.
around. How much of an adjustment has that been?
You know, any new place you go, there's an adjustment period, and you kind of get used to it. But I would say here that it's everyone's been real positive, real open and accepting, and just building relationships and stuff hasn't been that hard here, which is awesome for me. And it's been just a great overall experience, to be honest with you. Everybody's just so nice and passionate about Oklahoma football, and that's all you can ask for. So,
Did you know when your dad got this job that you were gonna
no,
join
sir.
him, or how did that sort of come about?
I had graduated at Appalachian State, and was just really taking a look into my life, kind of breaking it down. Like, am I going to play another year? Am I not? And decided that I wanted to play, and then Coach V called me, and you don't say no to Oklahoma. So it worked out kind of like that, and I mean, it's been awesome. And yeah, when Oklahoma calls you up and say, hey, you want to come play football for Oklahoma, you don't say no.
So did your dad give you an indication that call might be coming, or what?
Not really, no sir, no
Oh,
sir,
yeah.
no sir. It just was kind of between me and Coach V, and then after everything was done, then kind of talked to my pops, and he was pumped, and everybody was pumped. So it just worked out great for us.
What's it been like being out on the practice field with him? I know he talked about that dynamic of when you're out there, it's player coach rather than
Right.
father son. But what's that been like in practice?
Just normal to any coach. Like, I mean, obviously it's a little different, but no, once we're between the lines or on the practice field, it's all business, and he's there to get me better, and so I need to listen to him, and that's my role, is to listen to my coaches and do what they tell me to do. So that's kind of how it gets broken down on the practice field, and then if we're on the golf course, it'll be a little different. But when we're in this building or between those lines, it's completely business.
What we know about your dad's sort of nomadic past. What was that like growing up? Did you move around a lot?
Oh yeah, all the time. I think I lived in like 9 different states, but was born in Georgia, then went back for high school in Georgia. But it was different. It was a different experience, but overall as a person, I think it helped me, because I got to see a lot of the country that people that don't have to move, they just don't get to experience. And so experiencing different parts of, especially the East Coast, this is furthest west I've been, but specific parts of the East Coast, it helps you it just helps you be personable and talk to people, and people from different backgrounds or different parts of the country. And so I think, if anything, it helped me.
Yeah. How does that help you settle in when you get to a new place? Obviously, you've been to a few yourself.
It's just kind of routine a little bit, you got to go in there. It's going to be awkward for a couple of days, but hey, that's just what it is. You're new, and everybody here has been, like I said before, so welcoming, so open, that it's just been an awesome experience.
Is your just experience in overall playing at the college level, does it help when you transfer into a program like that, just kind of knowing the ins and outs of a program a little bit, even though it is new?
Yeah, for sure. Because you've just played to a certain level, and you've just experienced things in life that a freshman hasn't. You know what I mean? And it helps you physically, mentally. You just kind of know what to expect. Whereas if you're 17, 18 years old coming on campus, like, okay, I think I know what I'm getting into, but like, you really don't know the grind. So I think that aspect of it is like what helps the most.
Have you been surprised by just what your new teammates have just been? It seems like everybody's rejuvenated, re-energized around here, especially on the defense side of the football. Have you felt that from your teammates, and have they said things that's just like, Wow, I didn't know it was like that a year ago.
Absolutely. I think that right now we have a whole bunch of guys that are bought in, and they really want to be great and really want to strive to do their best and perform as well as they can for the University of Oklahoma. And so I think we keep that trajectory, that we'll be all right.
What was your relationship, if any, like with Brent before this? I don't know if you met him at all when he was around your dad. I know obviously you were busy at App State quite a bit, but
I think I met him a couple times just in passing or when I was home, and they had something going on, but didn't really know him too much. Obviously knew his style of defense, and had seen his defenses perform over the years, and do some really good things. So, but yeah, didn't really know him that well, but he's a big energy guy. He loves it, and you can tell that, and he cares about the person, and it's just been an awesome experience for me.
You when you move around as much as you did you have anyone that you really got to friendship, college players you keep in touch with when you were a little kid? Do you idolize some of the players that your dad coached?
So to the relationship part, yeah, you got a couple friends in every different spot that you keep up with, whether that be every month, every other month, or every week. But looking up to players that my dad coached, the one that really stands out to me the most would have to be Josh Bynes, and he played at Auburn when they won the Natty in 2010, and just seeing how detailed that guy was, and because he's still playing in the league right now, just how detailed, how much of a hard worker and a grinder he was, and that really stood out to me, just to see him just grind. It was unbelievable.
You played so many positions on defense at the line. You played all the linebacker
Yes,
positions. So you come here and you bring all this experience. How are they using you? How do they take advantage of it? And also, as a secondary question, if you can talk about, you're great on special teams and why that means a lot to you.
All right, so to answer the first one, this spring I've been playing a little both Sam and Will, and just going to learn both, and kind of that's all I know is just learn both of them. But the special teams part, I think it's very prideful, because I think you can measure your football team's effort on that.
Right.
And I think that also, obviously I'm not like a 6'4", 250-pound guy. Like if I want to have any shot at the next level, that's where I got to make my hay. So it's really more just a pride thing, and like if you're going to go out there, you're going to put good stuff on tape. Anytime you touch that field, it needs to be good stuff on tape, because that's your resume. Your film is your resume. So that's why I have a lot of pride in that.
Your dad said he's not going to be surprised if you play on all four special teams. Are you not going to be surprised either?
I mean, I'm more than happy to do it, and I mean, I'd like to if I could. So we'll see.
how would you describe your dad's personality and just what kind of father he is?
So his personality, he's a very personable guy. He likes to have fun, but also when it's time for business, like you need to be locked in, because this is how my family makes money, is college football. You know what I mean? So you need to be locked in when it's time to lock in, but also a very personable guy. And as a father, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better one. He's very supportive of anything me or my brother do, and is willing to help us as much as he can. And I know he's got a busy schedule, but he always makes time to prioritize and really talk to me and my brother, and if we need help, try to help him out as much as he can. And just couldn't ask for a better father.
Are you really number 18?
Yes, sir.
I mean, is that what he calls you?
Oh, no.
That's what he said. He said,
We got a lot of nicknames, It depends on the day. Depends how we're doing at practice, what I get called,
Okay. He does call you by your first name sometimes?
Sometimes.
Okay.
More scared of my mom, though. When she yells the full name, like, hey, watch out now.
When did you realize you wanted to be a football player? Following that line, and do you have any aspirations of coaching?
Football player ever since I was born. I mean, I grew up around it, and that's what people did. People played football, you know. So I was like, well, there's no other option for me. I'm gonna play football. But to be a coach, I've thought about it. Not really sure. Not really sure yet about the coaching aspect. Not really sure if we want to make it a family business, but you know, we'll see after this upcoming year and kind of see where all the chips fall and kind of figure out life a little bit.
Anything else you got your eye on?
So I got a political science degree, so
Okay.
maybe something in that field. Not sure. Just really open and trying to just test everything out and figure out exactly what path I want to take.
What does TD stand for?
Terrence Davis.
So that's the full name. Mom
That's the
says
full-
Terrence Davis.
Oh
You-
yeah. Watch out. That backhand's coming in quick.
Have you learned to duck?
Yes.
That 2010 year, you mentioned it. I mean, you were a little kid then. How much would you love to experience that same feeling you saw some of those older players at Auburn experience?
I mean, it was unreal. It was unreal. As a little kid, you got Cam Newton, you got Nick Fairley, Josh Bynes. I mean, the list goes on, and just watching those guys practice and just watching them play and have fun and win. You know, like it's just an awesome experience, and there's no words that can describe like how that would make you feel to go undefeated and obviously win the national championship and know that you put in the work and the grind and that your hard work paid off.
Ryan mentioned your kind of nomadic moves that you guys had. Do you have a favorite school, or Orlando, Nashville, or wherever? I don't know. Do you have a favorite? You moved around so much.
Yeah, you know, I might have to go Atlanta. You know, born and raised there. All my family lives in Georgia, so Atlanta right now. So
Any you talk about that 2010 year. Any moments that really stand out to you from that when you look back at it
Yeah.
as a kid?
yeah,
Whether
Cam
it's-
Newton's run against LSU that won him the
Oh.
Heisman. That, I mean, just seeing that in person was unreal. Was unreal, and you know, it's just something special.
Were you in the stands during those games? You on the sideline?
Stands.
Stands. Okay. And
Sorry.
how old were you though that year? 2010.
11 or 12.
11 or 12. Okay.
11 turning 12.
You played so much defense. Is this install difficult for you? I mean, is this something you haven't seen before, or have you run into this style of defense before?
You know, it's more than what I've done in the past, but you know, it's not too much, and if anything, it really just helps us get prepared for everybody, and the way we practice and the way we make checks, and it really just helps us more prepare for the upcoming season and to get aligned, to know your assignment, know your key, know your read, and I think it just helps us get to where we want to play quicker, because you got to think, you got to move on your feet, you got to talk, you got to communicate, and that's what this defense forces you to do. So I think that, you know, it just elevates everybody's play and gets everybody to a level of all right, this is where we need to be, you know.
Is this defense a good attacking defense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So from a linebacking standpoint, talk about that, and how does that benefit you and help you guys make plays?
Yeah, it benefits us a lot. You know, D-line,
They get after it?
they help us out more than anybody. You know, they're taking 300-pounders off of us real quick. So, yeah, it allows us to play downhill, to be physical, to be fast, and also just fly around. Team defense to the ball. So it just helps us fly around and create hats on the ball, which in turn create takeovers, and it's a very explosive defense.
Who are some of the voices in that linebackers room that have really taken charge, taken leadership, ownership of the linebackers?
David, DU. Sorry, I don't want
No,
to butcher his last name. Deshaun White and Danny Stutzman. To me, I think that they've really stepped up and, you know, are very, very passionate about it. And yeah.
You're one of the oldest players on this team. I want to ask you about one of the youngest. How about Jaron? I mean, everything's probably coming so
Yeah.
fast at him. How's he looking through spring?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's here, you know. You can tell that by how he practices. He's a very fast, very quick, very fast kid. unbelievable in the strength room, tough, physical, tries to do what you tell him to do, is always on time, and it's a lot for him right now coming as a freshman, but when it clicks, it'll click for him, and I think he'll be a very good player for
TD,
Oklahoma.
how old are you now?
23.
23. Okay.
You talk, you talk about playing for your dad. Now, what's that like? How
It's
much
awesome.
different was it your freshman year?
Oh, it was way different. It was way different.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's a little more calmed down than he used to be. But
Is he more calmed down or just like more comfortable with what you're doing?
I don't know. He's still got a streak, but no, it's awesome. It's really special for me and my family, for me to be able to finish my college career with my dad and my brother. He just transferred here. My mom's here, so our whole family's in Northern Oklahoma. So for us, that's something that we don't get to do a lot. Everybody doesn't get to live in the same place. So for us, it's just very special, and it's truly just an honor to be here and one of the greatest experiences I've had.
How's your brother?
We're twins. He's 23.
Really?
Okay, so what's he doing?
He's I don't know exactly what his major is. I think it's a combination of a couple things, but it has something to do with like political science and maybe finance. So
Okay.
he's going to school, just hanging out. He works up here, so it's been really special.
Okay, so he's been around the program
Yes, sir.
too.
What's his name?
Mick.
M-I-C-K? M-I-C?
Yes, sir. Nobody's got a name longer than 3 letters. That's it. That's the cutoff. That's the cutoff.
What,
We got wrap here.
sorry, Mike. Can I add one more thing? Just the decision to go to Georgia Tech to Indiana and then Indiana to App State. What were those processes like?
There were some personal things that I don't really want to get into here, but it was just time for me to move places, and that's the route I chose, and that's kind of how life worked out, and very grateful for every experience I've had and opportunity I've had, but just truly blessed and excited to be here at Oklahoma.
And great to meet you.